choosing the right email program. They're all basically the same, right? Wrong. Very wrong. Today, I'm going to be breaking out 5 different business types and the email marketing software that's perfect for them. Because trust me, email marketing programs are not created equal. I'm going to be breaking down affordability, features, why it's perfect for that type of business. So if you're struggling to see what email program fits perfectly for your business, follow along. Let's start with business number 1. And this one, I had to start with this one. It's going to be the most common, the most popular, and we're talking about an e-commerce shop. I just had to start with this one first because 95% of my clients are e-commerce brands, and I've tried every single type of email program to see which one is the best for them. And some email programs really tried to do everything, but none of them come close to Klaviyo. If you've seen any of my past videos, you know I'm a Klaviyo fangirl. I got tutorials, I got everything on Klaviyo. And why? Because they are the number one choice. Other email programs just do not compare. One huge piece alone is the customer journey building. And I don't just mean like, hey, let's do a welcome series and get it thrown up. I mean, like, we're truly looking at every data piece that Shopify is syncing over into Klaviyo and then creating custom journeys, dynamic journeys for that specific audience. For example, let's say you want to do a win-back series for everybody who purchased product A in the color orange, and they have to have spent $200 over all their lifetime and at least visited the site in the past 5 days. Like, you can stack and stack and stack so much data to get super curated experiences for your customers. So segmentation alone is like top tier, one of my favorite things. Flow Builder's amazing. And of course, Email Builder, love their email builders. Drag and drop, super easy to use. Like, out of the box, you can build some really stunning emails. And if you're using something like Shopify or WooCommerce, installation and integration setup is like 5 minutes of your time. Super easy to get these programs talking to each other. I mean, Klaviyo can do your pop-ups. They can do your SMS messages. They can even do your transactional emails. I mean, Klaviyo really is trying to build this like one-stop marketing hub, and like no other email programs are really coming close to that right now. So pricing can be a little bit on the higher end, but one hack I love with Klaviyo is that you don't have to pay for your entire subscriber list. Instead, let's say you're really targeting maybe 80% of that in like a monthly campaign sending. You can just pay for that much. You don't have to pay for the entire contact list, just the ones you're actively emailing. I mean, overall, they just continue to expand, grow, build new things. Like, they're an amazing company and one of the best for e-commerce brands. The next business type I have is for my course creators. For my peeps in the ClickFunnels space, in the Kajabi space, you're getting out courses, you're getting out webinars, those types of things. The most perfect email marketing program for you is ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign is so great because it really integrates with like every type of app. And the reason I love this so much for course creators is that you're able to do a really in-depth tagging system on your customer base. So let's say you have someone who bought an bookkeeping course but didn't buy your master accounting course. You could apply different tags based off that information, have it trigger one automation, and then if they open a message, trigger them into a secondary automation. Like, the ability to weave journeys in between each other, ActiveCampaign is the best at that. So especially great if you're doing webinars and you want somebody to jump down to a different part of the funnel because the webinar is now starting now and they registered late. There's so many things you can do in ActiveCampaign that, like, just journeys alone when it comes to those types of things, they're unbeatable. Email Builder, it's okay. It's no Klaviyo, but pretty easy to use. They actually just updated it not too long ago, so it's really improved over the recent year, but still has some room for improvements. Pricing is pretty comparable to Klaviyo in a lot of ways. So these two that I just featured are kind of what you consider on the more pricier side for email marketing softwares. But if you want a complete ecosystem for all your courses and course completions and webinar starting and webinar evergreen and webinar mist and all the things, ActiveCampaign's for you. The next type of business I have is going to be your brick and mortar stores. So for this type of business, I'm imagining that you really don't need automations. You're not having an abandoned checkout process. Like, you're purely in-store only, word of mouth, that kind of situation. You're not doing any you're sending somebody to purchase online. So for this one, I would recommend ConvertKit. To me, ConvertKit's just one of those platforms where you have the ability, if you wanted to build out some drip campaigns. And it's kind of like, okay, it's a good to have, but it's not a main feature you need to worry about or integrate with anything. And then the email builder side is really simplified, like nothing fussy. So it kind of has some extra features that maybe you want to use, but the platform is still really affordable, so you don't feel as bad about not using those extra features. And they're there if you ever need them in the future. To me, ConvertKit is just one of those good, solid recommendation platforms. Like, if you just want to get your feet wet in the email marketing space and just get out a few messages to an audience that you're building, start with ConvertKit. It's a good beginner email marketing platform. There could definitely be a few more improvements on the overall experience of the platform, but honestly, it's just really easy to use. So I don't have too many complaints there. And if you do decide to launch an e-commerce shop, there is that ability to build out that side more. But honestly, if you're getting to that phase, it's time to upgrade to something like Klaviyo. The next type of business I have is how do I describe it? It's like client management type business, sales team type business. You're an agency, maybe. You need the ability to track who your sales team's talking to. If they won a deal, if they made a phone call, if they sent a text, you want to see everything super clearly and cleanly in one platform, but HubSpot is crazy expensive. Salesforce is crazy expensive. Then you should turn to ActiveCampaign. Truly the lesser known feature of ActiveCampaign is their entire deal and opportunity structure. You have this whole other side of the program that literally you could have your sales team live in. You can see their actions, who they communicated with, what was the response, what email did they send, what email did the client send, did they win the deal, how much have they called and not called. Like, there's so many layers to their deals side of the platform. Like, it's amazing. And what's super cool, at least as of this recording, it's just included in the base package. You don't have to add this on. And then let's say you want to do the automations. Like, let's say that your salesperson reached out to a customer and then that customer didn't pick up the phone and you want, 5 hours later for a text message to send. You can automate that. Your sales team doesn't have to do that. You can just program it in the actual journeys. So automating that whole sales experience could be super killer in ActiveCampaign. I seriously, I'm like scratching the surface on this whole deals and opportunity piece of it. Like, go check it out, get a little demo ActiveCampaign account and go explore. Like, it's amazing and 10 times better than using HubSpot. Sorry. So the last business type I am going to label this as would be the ballin' on a budget business. So maybe you've heard of all these email programs. You're like, okay, look, I gotta do some email marketing. I don't know where to start, but I literally, I cannot spend money on this. I am tight on the purse strings, okay? So there is an email program called Brevo, Brevo. They have a handy little email builder. They have some different features in there, super starter level when it comes to email marketing, but their plan starts at a really affordable rate. I think actually their free plan is 300 emails, I think, that you can send out. So you could just start there. And then I think their $25 level one is sending out 25K emails. So even jumping up to $25 a month, you can send a heck of a lot of emails. They do have some automation capabilities. They do have an email builder. Again, none of these really get as robust as ActiveCampaign and Klaviyo, but if you need somewhere to start here. This will be a great first step. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, me breaking down a few different business types, what email softwares I would recommend. All of those are linked below if you want to check them out. Of course, some of those are affiliate links, but all the opinions in this video are my own. But if you decide you want to check one out, make a free account, see what happens, maybe you fall in love, maybe you don't, do me a favor, use my link below. And of course, if you need help with your email marketing, don't hesitate to book a call with me. Head to sparkbridgedigital.com and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.